Hey folks, Attorney Sharif Silmi. Now, I want to demystify some aspects of the EB1A petition for you all, because more and more I'm seeing a lot of disinformation out there, particularly related to the idea that the EB1A category requires one to have a certain level of academic achievement or publications. I mean, this is to the extent that I have met individuals who go out and do a PhD, like spend 4 years of their life to put themselves in a situation to apply for EB1A because they now have a doctorate. You don't need to do that for EB1A, I promise you. And the other thing you don't need to do is you don't need a PR company to promote yourself. If you are an individual who is a business-related contributor, meaning you are in the technology space, then those technology-related contributions you have done should be the centerpiece of your application. And you're not going to necessarily be successful as approaching EB1A as an academic might approach it. So there are 5 verticals that exist within the EB1A space. There are EB1A applications that fall within education-related contributors, within athletic-related contributors, artistic-related contributors, scholarly-related contributors, so those are your academics, and business-related contributors. Those are the 5 verticals. So most folks out there may not be in the athletic or artistic realm, although they do really, really well, and we could definitely help you. The education is a very specialized area, and we can also guide those who are in the education space to an EB1. It kind of needs to happen from a different angle and perspective, so we do offer those services and guide folks, but this is a uniquely tailored approach. There's no one size fits all. So that leaves the academic and the business related contributors. Now, what's happening increasingly is that there is a convergence of the same kind of evidence being presented for one who is a technology or business related contributor and one who is an academic related contributor. So if you are, for example, a VP of products at a technology company and you are on an H-1B visa, you're in a situation where you feel like you have led a very successful career, and you walk into meetings and everybody's looking at you for answers, you're driving successful, highly important products and projects and such. Why is it that you are going to go and lower your stature to a degree that you're going to pay a PR company that has no legal knowledge to create these kind of fake media articles about yourself, or put yourself into situations where you're reviewing and judging ridiculous contests that have no real basis or authenticity to them? I think that's a big mistake. And the adjudicator friends that I've heard from USCIS, they know this very, very well. They understand that what is a qualitative case versus what is a quantitative case. And within the space of EB1A, what we have seen is the very, very successful cases are qualitative. And when you're thinking about what your actual important contributions have been within or throughout your career, rather, your case should mirror that. And that takes a deep dive. It's not a shortcut situation, and it's not something that you can just buy. So I would really, really urge folks to understand that if you want to succeed in the EB1A space, what you need is to work with someone who understands how to dig out your important contributions and present them in such a way that's going to meet the very high bar that exists. Because ultimately, if you look at the statutory requirements of EB1A, the centerpiece of it is recognition. You need to demonstrate that you are recognized, and recognition from amongst your peers. And peer recognition is not going to come from a PR magazine with a picture of a guy with a nice suit and a big smile and a lot more hair than I have, presenting that they have somehow, made it big time because they have a picture of themselves in an article. That's not what EB1A, the adjudicators, are looking for. What they're looking for is qualitative things that are going to help the U.S. economy. In fact, if you look at the most recent statement that came out, and this was about something else, it was about limits that are reached. But what it says is that essentially the individuals who are in the EB1A category, quote, bring contributions across many industries that greatly benefit the U.S. economy, unquote. So that's what you need to show. You need to show economic benefit. You need to show national benefit. Look at things like the critical and emerging technology list. What within that list have you worked upon such that we could present this narrative that you are among the best and brightest within a specified area of endeavor? Understanding the specificity of your field is far more important than having some kind of manufactured documentation. So I am calling out those, organizations that are, I think, manipulating folks into thinking that they'll be, and I know that 1 or 2 out of 10, or maybe, a few do, get approved, but we have, and I've run the data on this, we're well above 90% approval rate within our firm, and we don't pay attention to authorship. If you got it, great, but I'll never, feel like a business or technology related case is not going to be approved for lack of authorship or for lack of, judging contest. We have other means to establish that you're a recognized individual by looking at what you've actually done throughout the course of your entire career. And if we don't think we can help you, we'll tell you straight up, sorry, these are not things that we think are going to be conducive to an approval. Therefore, you might want to look in a different direction, or maybe, further develop. Or if you really want to just give it a try and see what happens, we're probably not the right firm for you. But ultimately, the ones who have qualitative contributions that have produced economic impact and benefit that are recognized in the area of endeavor that they've specified and claimed as their area of extraordinary ability, case approved.